Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today's going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to engage in a thought exercise of sorts. Today we're going to talk about something that everybody really, but specifically Republicans, should do before November 2nd. Help them play out their part. Help them do their part to make sure the United States gets on the right track. To make sure the United States maintains at least some semblance of a semi-functioning, semi-healthy representative democracy. If you are a Republican, I want you to picture AOC and Pelosi. Think about their ideas, their policies. And I want you to come up with a few that you agree with. I know. Sounds weird, right? If you are new to the channel, if you do not know me, understand that I believe that President Trump is quite literally the worst president in American history. He's just awful. That being said, I can think of a couple of major policy things that I agree with him on. I think the Second Amendment's important, probably more so than he does. I think it was a good idea to reach out to Kim, try to normalize relations. I think that was a good move. Granted, I think he probably should have sent a diplomat because he was in way over his head, and that's why it failed. But I think the idea was good. And think about that. I'm somebody who believes he's literally the worst president in history. And here's a failure of his. I don't point to it and say, he's even worse than I thought. He just wasn't up to the task. The idea may still be sound. The United States requires advanced citizenship. You have to think for yourself. And if you believe your chosen politician is always right, and therefore their political opposition is always wrong, you aren't part of a political party, you're part of a cult. Ideas stand and fall on their own. Doesn't matter who says it, who presents it, who came up with it. The idea is either good or bad, stands on its own merits. So if you can find nothing that you agree with AOC or Pelosi on, what does that tell you? Are you judging their policies, their ideas, on their merits, or are you judging based on where they originated? If you believe the president is always right, do you really agree with his policies? Or have you fallen for a cult of personality? If you can't come up with anything that you agree with when it comes to any Democrat, I'm going to suggest that your decision making is compromised and that maybe you shouldn't be making any decisions for a while because you're under somebody's spell. Because you are part of that cult of personality. If the United States is to remain, we have to remember that there are representatives, not our rulers. They follow your lead, not the other way around. That means you have to determine whether or not the idea stands or falls. And you have to determine that based on the merits of the idea, not the political party. If you are only looking at the political party, you are not doing your part as an American. You are not doing your part as a thinking person. You have given up, and you are giving up the United States with it. Don't fall in line. Think for yourself. Judge these ideas, these policies, on their merits. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.